Good day, this is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you for Reason to Resist on June 5th, 2026 from the southern Lebanese coastal city of Sur, also known as Tyre, T-Y-R-E. It's about 4 in the afternoon. We just arrived here from the other coastal city, a larger coastal city known as Saida, to the north of us. There we did a report on the forced evacuation of 3 predominantly Muslim villages near a famous Christian site, Our Lady of Waiting. There was a basilica there and a cave where Mother Mary was reputed to have waited for Jesus as he preached to the pagans in the cities of Saida and Tyre. I was not intending to come here with my comrades Laith, Marouf, and Ali, his producer and guide. We were going to do that tomorrow. Our plan today initially had been, after reporting from the hillside outside of Saida on the evacuation of these 3 villages, we were going to accept an invitation from emergency workers in the area of Nabatea to ride with us in their ambulance, something that frankly we were a little bit reluctant to do, but at the end of the day we made the decision to accept the invitation. And the reason for our reluctance is that Israel has been systematically assassinating emergency workers, ambulance workers, striking ambulances, and I believe they struck another one today. As it happens, however, the invitation was withdrawn because the emergency workers felt that including us was too dangerous to our own safety. Imagine that. You're supposed to be safer inside an ambulance, not less safe, but such are the conditions we find ourselves in here in Lebanon. This building behind me is a bank. As you can see, it has been quite damaged. I would go so far as to say that the building is probably not recoverable. And this is just one of many banks that have been struck, particularly in South Lebanon, by the Israelis during this genocidal rampage. And a couple of interesting notes about our trip in here. After we were told that the ambulance workers or the emergency workers felt it was too unsafe for us to accompany them, we attempted nonetheless to go to Nabatea to get a sense of the devastation there. There is a part of it which we can visit, but we received reports just when we were about to depart from Saida to Nabatea that the Israelis were killing people on the road between Saida and Nabatea. As we were driving in to Sur just a few minutes ago, I was in the back seat, Laith and Ali were in the front seat. They received a report that another person had been killed in a strike on a vehicle on that road just minutes ago or minutes prior to our arrival in Sur. Here is I happened to be videotaping at the moment when they received that report, and here's what happened. They blew up his car?
A car on the road behind him, which is the main road. He's filming.
So he was moving on the road to Nabatea?
No, he was filming.
Filming, overlooking the road.
He was outside filming and killed.
Yes, you see the car?
Yes.
Okay, this is the main road that we would have taken to Nabatea. Okay.
So sorry, so you're saying while this man was filming, a journalist in the car?
No, an attack happened on the road.
On the main road that we would have taken to Nabatea.
The person who was killed is not a journalist?
No, but basically it got caught. The attack happened while he's filming. So this is the 3rd attack since the morning on the main road. So it would have been really dangerous for us to go up there.
Now, I've been to Tyre on many occasions on my 7 trips to Lebanon in the past few years, 6 of those trips having happened during Israel's genocide in occupied Palestine. And I have never seen it this devoid of people. There was, as you can see from a video clip that I'm going to show you in just a moment, there was virtually no one, practically no one at all on the roads other than us for a good 10 kilometers coming into Sur from the north. And when we got to the military checkpoint, the just before entering the area of Sur, Laith advised me that that was as far as the military were prepared to go. They were not. They have not come any further south from that checkpoint. So right now we're in an area here in the heart of Sur that the Lebanese military has apparently evacuated. They've blocked the road to Sur?
They hit
They hit the road.
Yeah, they hit the bridge here.
Oh, this is a bridge.
Yeah, journalists were standing right here. هم ضربوا تحت الجسر، انت بتعرف؟
What is that? Is that just somebody's burning trash up
That's,
there?
yeah, that trash pile that's burning once in a while.
So this is the crater from the soil. Oh man, that's quite a crater.
There's two craters.
And so the journalists, was anybody killed or wounded when they were standing on this bridge?
I don't think so. They thought that the journalists were killed. They thought that the missile was on the main road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was.
I was on the underpass. The missile hit the underpass.
In a moment, the main reason we stopped here was not the destruction of this bank, but rather to show you the aftermath of vicious strikes on a hospital here in one of the main hospitals in Sur, which is just across the street. I'm going to take you there in a moment, and also on some adjacent private medical clinics. They too were destroyed. We'll show you that in a minute. Just by way of background, Sur is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. It's been inhabited since the Bronze Age. It has a storied history and is considered a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. And it has a population of about 200,000 people. It is only 10 kilometers from the border of occupied Palestine. So basically, Palestine is that away. Behind me there, about 10 kilometers away. And so it is dangerously close to the genocidal forces of the Israeli military. The other thing about this city that you should know is that it has been pounded relentlessly since the Israelis issued an evacuation order for the entire city. The only people who are here, I'm told, are those who simply can't afford to go anywhere else. And by all indications, based on what I've seen since I got here, there are indeed very, very few people here. So let's take a walk over to the private clinics that have been destroyed in the hospital, and we'll tell you some more about how Israel has been systematically targeting emergency workers and medical workers, something which has been condemned very recently by the World Health Organization. So, Laith, we are now inside what remains of this Bank Audi branch, and you just brought to my attention some very important facts. Could you tell us a little more about the significance of this building and what's underneath it?
When they were going to build this, they discovered an archaeological site under it, an old Canaanite structures. And the bank had to take care of that site, and they built, as you can see, this walkway, and what used to be here is glass covering it, so the customers would walk over the glass and see the archaeological site.
That looks like the foundation of an ancient building down there, those stones.
Exactly.
Right,
So
right.
some significant site. We don't know if it, I don't know if it was residential or some temple or something like this.
Right.
But in a way, although these crazy Zionists have now damaged a treasure, human treasure, in a way, the blessings of these ancestors. Right? The missiles went through, and because this archaeological site was under it with this basement, all the air pressure and much of the explosion was contained inside the building instead of exploding here, and then all the air pressure taking out everything around us.
Including a restaurant that is still operating.
Yes, this restaurant, the owners are determined to stay because it's one of the only restaurants on this main road right now that is left. And there is people still in these residences, and so if this restaurant closes, there's no food in this whole neighborhood. So the owners are very determined to continue to serve the people, and they go every day down to Saida and pick up vegetables and meat and so forth to cook it and then sell it at below their cost, just to be able to help the people around.
And lastly, can you tell us about the missiles that struck this building and their provenance?
4 missiles were fired from a boat, a ship, just across from Naqoura and the UN base. So an Israeli ship parked right there, fired 4 missiles, and they are all GBUs. So this is bunker busters, huge warheads. And the explosion was so big that the people in the port of Saida,
It's about 45 kilometers away.
45 kilometers away, were able to film the explosion and the dust cloud. So this is how big this explosion is. And again, one more time, I'd say blessings of whatever God you believe in, or just luck, saved everybody around us because of the basement.
I actually do have one other question. You talked about the political orientation of the people who own this bank. What can you tell us about that?
So Bank Audi is a very capitalist company, and the owners are anti-resistance. It's one of the banks that stole people's savings in 2018 and crashed the economy on the behest of the Zionists and the Americans. So now maybe they got a taste of the medicine that the Zionists feed the whole region. And I don't know if it's going to change their behavior as a bank and the owners of this bank, but you can say they got their comeuppance, as the people in south of the United States would say.
Right. So you can see across the street over there, some of the windows are broken. They were presumably damaged in the blast wave. Now over here, the hospital, which I'm going to go to in a few minutes, is down that street there. And there are all kinds of medical clinics surrounding the hospital, a number of which have been demolished. As I walk over to a set of clinics that have been destroyed, just so that you understand the extent of the carnage being inflicted upon the medical profession here. According to the WHO, a press release it issued 3 days ago, Israel's genocidal rampage has killed 128 medical workers in Lebanon and has wounded 332. So no one can plausibly claim that the medical workers, especially after what we've witnessed in Gaza, the systematic destruction, the ruthless, sadistic destruction of the healthcare system in Gaza, no one can plausibly claim that Israel is not intentionally targeting medical workers and medical facilities in Lebanon. That's exactly what we have watched it do, those of us with a conscience, in horror over the last 2.5 years or so in the Gaza concentration camp. So these are the medical clinics that have been flattened by Israel. And these shops, as you can see, have suffered extensive collateral damage. This building doesn't seem to have been the prime target, but it is largely destroyed nonetheless. And more collateral damage to the shops on the opposite side of the street over here. So let's go take a look at the hospital. You can see their solar panels were on top of these medical clinics. They've now been put out of action. Now, according to the authorities, the Lebanese authorities, the latest report was that this strike on this hospital's parking lot killed at least 4 persons. 7 were missing under the rubble as of the last report, and well in excess of 100 people were wounded in this strike. Now, just looking inside, you can see these are civilian vehicles in there. It's plainly discernible that this is a hospital. It's the Jabal Amel Hospital. This was clearly the parking lot for the hospital, and you can see here, these are nothing but civilian vehicles that were parked there. So there's no conceivable military justification for striking this parking lot. They obviously intended to kill and wound people and put this hospital out of commission, and they succeeded in that goal. Now, I just want you to bear in mind as you see the barbarism of what is being done here to the Lebanese medical system, that we are being told by the United States government and its Western vassals that it is imperative for Hezbollah to disarm. At the same time, they say nothing about the disarmament of Israel. Hezbollah is not causing this kind of carnage to Israel's medical system. In fact, it's not causing any significant damage whatsoever to Israel's medical system. And yet we are supposed to believe that Hezbollah, the main group that is putting up armed resistance to the occupier, again, it's Israel that's occupying Lebanese territory. It's not Lebanese resistance groups that occupy any inch of Israeli territory. They are saying that those groups that are lightly armed relative to Israel have to be completely divested of their weapons, but that Israel can remain armed to the teeth when Israel is systematically destroying not just the medical system of the Palestinians in occupied Palestine, the Lebanese. They also, as I covered when I was in Iran, did major damage to major hospitals in Tehran and in other cities as well. You can see those reports on Reason to Resist. This is a tactic that the genocidal entity employs in every country where it seeks to eliminate resistance. It goes after medical workers, medical facilities, and as we know, they don't just kill them. Sometimes they kill their family members, and oftentimes the Israeli genocide forces will apprehend doctors and other medical workers and torture them relentlessly. So these people, according to Western governments, can remain armed to the teeth, but the relatively lightly armed resistance groups that are opposing this barbarism have to give up their weapons. That tells you all you need to know about the degeneracy of Western governments. It's pretty much the case that this entire block has been destroyed. I'll have to be careful here because these are electrical wires. There's another building there, demolished, and right behind it you can see another building whose roof has been severely damaged. It's not just the hospital that they put out of action, but the very businesses and homes that surrounded the hospital as well. That is the Jabal Amel Hospital. This building and the one on its right, or my right, I should say. So we're here with Ali in front of the Jabal Amel Hospital. Ali is a member of the Free Palestine TV team. Also, he has been escorting us down through the danger zones here. Ali, you just told us quite an interesting story about what happened on the day of the attack.
This hospital was attacked on June 1st, on Monday. On the day of the attack, a new baby was born. His parents named him Faris, which means a knight. Or a warrior. His parents say that Faris, when he grows up, he will be fighting the Zionists if they will be present in our region. When I heard this story, I had goosebumps, you know. On the day of the attack, the hospital was attacked. 4 martyrs, more than 120 people were injured, and 7 were lost under the rubble. A warrior was born in this hospital.
Well, I suspect that the occupier will be gone long before Faris is called upon to take up weapons, but I have no doubt that he will,
of course,
if required. Thank you very much, Ali.
Thank you.
So it seems like people have not, for the most part, evacuated the old city.
Yeah, for now it's still the safest part of the city. And the Christian neighborhood is right there.
There's some people here camping out.
On the other side is the Christian neighborhood. So between the old city and the Christian neighborhood, they're the safest places. So people are staying close.
شايف الحارة المسيحية؟
No.
عن جد؟ البيوت اللي قدام.
يمكن انا مرر فيها بس مش عارف انه حارة المسيحيين.
لا بتطلع مشي.
So we have moved on from the Jabal Amel Hospital in an outer section of Sur to the center of Sur. Behind me is the municipal hall. Again, Sur is also known as Tyre. That's how it's generally referred to in English. And you may see that there is significant activity here. A lot of vehicles, pedestrian traffic, and Laith and Ali explained to me that although the Israeli evacuation order applies to the entire city of Sur, the entire population of Sur, some 200,000 people, those who live in this area, for the most part, have decided to defy the evacuation order and to remain. And I think two reasons for that. One is Israel, in order to avoid more international outrage than even it can bear, doesn't seem minded to destroy the old architecture of Sur. Again, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And there's another reason why the Israelis may be reluctant to strike the old city of this ancient community, and that is that we're just steps away from a predominantly Christian neighborhood. So for those reasons and perhaps others, many of the people who live and work here have decided to remain. Now, we were going to do one other thing before departing Sur. We were going to visit a cemetery that has been established just for emergency workers whom Israel has murdered during the genocidal rampage in South Lebanon. But we were told that we would need to get special permission to visit that site from the authorities, and we want to get back to Beirut before sunset, so we're going to have to take a pass on that, unfortunately. For now, I'm signing off from the center of Sur on June 5th, 2026.